Next individual is a dear friend, and I always have a little problem getting through an introduction with him. He's someone who, the country that we're here for two countries, if you notice, on guard, America and Israel. This is an individual who fought in the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, in the Special Forces Division of the IDF, and is an American and is fighting this ideological battle right now. A couple of years ago, 3 years ago, April, almost 4 years now, he and his son were on vacation in Tel Aviv, and they sat down at an outdoor cafe to get a shawarma. I think that's how it's pronounced, shawarma. And as the gentleman you're going to hear speak sat down, the guard at the door questioned this Palestinian teenager about the backpack that he had on. And the Palestinian teenager took the backpack off, put it down on the ground, and then our speaker, trained Israeli Defense Forces individual, saw immediately what was happening as the teenager reached down and hit the plunger in the backpack. 58 people were injured, 11 died. The shrapnel went through our speaker's son. Daniel passed away in a hospital in Israel. The mother of the Palestinian suicide bomber went on TV praising Allah for another Jew dog dying. And this is one brave individual, our next speaker, who has started a foundation in honor of his son to preach peace and tolerance in the United States. And I did a video about a year ago. I didn't put it under my name because I didn't want it interfering with anything. But you can go to Daniel Cantor WULTZ. Just Google that, and you can watch one of the most difficult videos I've ever made in my life. But please give a very warm welcome to an Israeli hero, an American hero, and just a wonderful guy, TULY WULTZ.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, everybody, for coming here. You know, being here last year, seeing what everybody here saw, at least on a video on YouTube, honestly made me feel, despite my horrendous loss, my beautiful Daniel, I still feel, or I do feel, that it's safer to go on the street of Jerusalem than going to Broward Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. This kind of demonstration, burn, go to the oven, cannot happen in Israel. They will be dismissed immediately. It's not a freedom of speech. It's an incitement for murder. Right. I, as a son of a Holocaust survivor, swore before I went to the Israeli army, never again. Never again. And believe me, I fought hard against terrorism and against the Arab countries in general who surround Israel by hundreds of millions. And I have a question. Do you know where America would have been without Israel? I don't want to think about it. I think Israel is as important to America as America important to Israel. In 73, these are wars that Israel fought. They would be in control of all the oil fields that's coming from the Middle East. Can you imagine? We are dependent on the communist Russia at the time for oil. But, of course, Israel stood there, sacrificing their own children to survive themselves and the rest of the free world. But it's very hard for me to be an American citizen, be a patriotic American citizen, love America, and see people from the Middle East, and I'm not politically correct, radical Muslim terrorists coming here and welcomed here, incredibly welcomed here, knowingly what their past. I mean, there are plenty of, there is a list of people who came to the United States with the past of sitting in jail for terrorism in Israel. Got a visa, and believe me, we know they're up to no good here. But they're welcome. I beg the administration and I beg everybody here to work very hard that more Daniel will not happen neither here nor in Israel. Thank you.
On the air today, I invited our Jewish congresspersons. Robert Waxler, are you here? Okay, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, are you here? Okay, well, of course, Ron Klein, you're here, right? What do you know? What a surprise. What a bunch of cowards. They know this is taking place. My show is monitored by every one of those offices on a daily basis. They know exactly what's happening on this corner. They know who we are, and they also know that we're going to send, well, we don't have to send Wexler home. He took himself out, but we're going to send the rest of them home. This is not a political rally. This is an opportunity for people to talk about why they love Israel, why they support Israel as Americans. If I'm going to send somebody to Congress, I need to know, where do you stand on Israel? How are you going to vote on issues that relate to national security when it comes to Israel?
My name is Dennis Lamb. I'm running for U.S. House of Representatives, District 20, against Debbie Wasserman Schultz. You know, she's someone you would think would be here in total support of Israel. But of course, as you know from her voting record, she votes consistently as Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi tells her to. And that, as we know, is not always in the best interest of the best friend that we have, not only in the world, or not only in the Middle East, but in the entire world.
Running also in District 20, there's a primary, actually, between Robert Lowry and Dennis Lamb. So, Robert Lowry, would you come up?
Thank you. I guess you can tell by my last name, Lowry, I'm not Israeli, and I'm not Jewish. But like all of you, I love Israel. As a Christian, the foundation of my faith was also born and grew in the rich, holy soil of Israel. And as an American, I sit and I'm proud of her unwavering democratic process that she brings to that Middle East region. And as a future congressman, I understand the bond that this country shares with Israel, and it shall never, ever be broken. Ladies and gentlemen, we're standing here to celebrate the freedom of Israel, but we're also here to defend her. You see, we understand Israel's willingness for peace. We've seen it time and time again. But after concession to appease the international community, she's continually attacked, and that is unacceptable. So today we're standing and drawing a line in the sand and saying, enough's enough. Israel is my friend, and I got your back.
Also running for District 19, a Republican